The layers of presence for me was a really beautiful nugget. You know, I've understood presence, I think, on a surface level, but in there, you know, your presence is emotional, it's physical, it's awareness, it's focus, it's all of these things. It's that checking in with yourself. How are you feeling? You know, what's coming up for you? It's intuition. Your intuition. You're constantly tuning into your intuition for your awareness of space. And I feel like my intuition deepened, my awareness deepened, my presence feels strong. You get out of that automatic mode of just, I'm gonna eat now, or I'm gonna do this now, and you start asking yourself, what do I feel like doing? What serves me in this moment? And I've asked myself that question many times, and you know, I feel like I've kind of scratched the surface to it, but in there you really start to discover the layers of what that feels like. You hear the chatter at first, but then you kind of sit with that, and it's a spectrum of awareness, and I feel I'm so excited to practice this moving forward. You know, you always wonder, like, what are you going to take out of this? Like, what gets forgotten, what gets left behind? And to me, this just, it's connected with my soul. It's connected with the deep part of me that I was laying there this morning and just, I mean, I just felt so, like, I thought, like, I was excited to come out, but I was like, also, like, maybe I could stay a couple of more days, because it just, like, the gold nuggets, the nuggets kept coming, and I started singing this morning. I haven't sang, and I mean, I'm embarrassed to sing normally, right? And I just started singing a little tune, and then I played with another tune, and I thought, man, you sound all right. You sound pretty good. I'm gonna start singing, and probably in the car by myself for quite a while, but just, like, it felt so good, and when I stopped, like, the tears started coming down my face, and it just felt like I just touched this deep, something deep inside of me. It felt so good. And you know, when it feels that good, you know, you got to keep doing it. You know, there's something there. So yeah, beautiful. It felt like just getting to a deeper part of myself. It felt like moving from a lot of the thinking mind down more into the body. And to me, that's I mean, you're removing a sense that we rely on all the time, and one that distracts us constantly. You know, our attention gets pulled this way. I mean, our attention is our commodity. And when you take away the phone, right, you take away everything that you can see, it leaves you naked to some extent. and that is uncomfortable. You know, that's the anxiety, and the mind starts racing, and it starts solving problems and thinking ahead and putting to-do lists together. But eventually I found you run out of to-do lists and you run out of problems to solve, and then so that layer drifts away, and then you're kind of into a space of like what's next. And you're still, you know, there's still distractions. You take a bath, you do some other things, you some yoga, breath work, but that gets old too. And as beautiful as that is, you're just left with a very raw sense of who you are. And when you have that rawness, there's things start to bubble up, and it brings some things to the surface that for me were very important to look at.